All right, so let's have a look at the next one. The page is just loading here. So this is, and I'm going to kind of go through a couple of different things, I guess in terms of branding also, right? So I mentioned to you guys, when it comes to branding, you can go either or, right? You could either do something that's so simple and you can point that out why it's simple because you spend all your money in your product and you got no money for designers, right? That'd be really cool. But some of the few, I guess, brands that I'm going to show you now, we can actually have a look at really a lot of these particular brands having their own style and having their own brand. And there's congruency within the actual, the actual social media. So if we have a look at this particular brand, so you can see the colors. Again, we know their particular type of brand colors and basically what they're doing. They also have this what I learned while designing a fragrance. So it's pretty good. So they're basically, I guess, initiating their story there. And again, very, very cool. I think they have like pistachio perfume and things like that. I remember in the Philippines when Nina and I were there in 2000 and I think it was 17 or 18, we went into a like a it looked like a distillery, but it was basically for fragrance. And I think they have them now in Australia. I think when we were there a few years back, they have them in Australia there. But basically where you can walk in and you can basically make your own perfume, right? You pick the different things and they make it for you. So we know that perfume or scents are always going to be a very popular product, but how do you actually put a different spin on it? Right. So again, a lot of these guys did vanilla flavors, they did pistachio flavors. I think we spoke about pistachio brand last week, which was quite fun. But again, just putting it a different spin on it, and you can see that their actual branding is very, very congruent. These particular images here, the way that they've done that is super cool. And you can take this, like I said, you can take this. If you have a particular product or brand, you can think about how you can actually mimic this, right? So again, mimicking plagiarism. No, don't plagiarize, right? But you can go as close as you can to it, right? And I think the brand name Sniff is pretty cool also because that's basically what you're doing when you're sniffing perfume, you're smelling it. So they just use a different word for it. So I thought that was quite nice. I'm just reading the comments, John. A few years ago, I bought 3 aluminium ones from Aldi, cost $10 each, colors naked. Yeah, exactly. They're actually really cheap. There's a place in Brisbane where you can make up your own scents at a sip and mix, right? Ah, yeah, sip and mix night. Ah, that's pretty cool. Sip and mix. Sip and mix is quite cool. Actually, in where were we? I think it was in Minsk when we are in Belarus, and they had sip and go, right? And go was like Van Gogh. And so basically what you do, and I think maybe that it's called on Australia also, where you can actually go there and you can drink some wine, you can just paint, right? So sip and mix is quite cool. Sip and sniff, quite cool. All right, so let's go to the next one. So you guys know that I'm a big fan of dog products. I think they're always cool. But this video got 1.9 million likes, right? 1.9 million likes. And if you look at the products they're actually using in their video, right? So again, always pay attention to the actual products they're actually using to create this video. And even coconut oil, right? So coconut oil is really, really good for the skin of the dog, texture of the dog. And now, if you look at the jar, she just brought it out of a plastic jar. So it started to make me think, well, has anyone actually ever created coconut oil, for dogs, for, coconut oil for short haired dogs? It's obviously something that works. It could be researched, and then you could actually create a brand around it. You can do a very, very similar video to this. And again, if you look at the products they're actually using for the dog, right? So they were using the shower head. I don't know if you guys noticed it, that particular shower head they were actually using. They were using the actual, what do you put it on your hand, you put the soap in it. I thought that was really, really cool. But again, we're looking at something that really, really works. 1.9 million likes. How can we duplicate it for our particular brand, right? I think that's really, really cool. So that's the actual shower head product there. And that's that soapy thing, right? So again, and even the soapy thing, right? If no one's done that for dogs specifically, she's probably just getting these products and maybe they're for humans. And if no one has actually created that brush for dogs, imagine you had a set of those particular brushes and you had maybe 10 different colors and you create it specifically for dogs and you bundle it with this particular washer, right? So you can actually do that. And again, what I'm doing is actually looking and getting inspiration from people that have done something really, really good in the form of video or anything like that. And I'm trying to take ideas from them to see how that can actually be duplicated, right? Beautiful dog, beautiful dog.